My name is Janet Russell. Welcome to When Spirits Connect. Before we get to my fascinating, intriguing, you guys are going to be on the... I can't say enough about this man. I am so honored and thrilled to have Fred Carpenter on here. He's the man of the hour. Everybody knows Fred. Fred is the man of, I would say, Mr. Long Island, as far as your work. I know I'm really praising you.
Well, thank you for having me on. That was very nice.
We're honored. And, of course, I have my co-host here. Hi. Judy San Roman. And Judy you're here more than you're not, which I think is fabulous. You know, my friend Peggy Vetrano, she's still in Florida, so as long as she's in Florida, you're my co-host.
Love it.
So and I love it because it's, you know, we blend so well together, you know. Well, before we get started talking about Fred, I mean, he's got so much on his plate. He's got so many honors. He's done so many fabulous movies, and you're actually producing one with him as we speak.
I'm so excited to be here with both of you guys.
Oh my God, it's fabulous.
We have a lot to catch up on.
Oh, we do. We certainly do. But let me just let you guys know where I'm going to be for the month of April, and of course, you can always email me at rosebudjan@msn.com. Go to my website. Everything is on there. Okay, well, the April 13th, I have a new location. That will be the Station Pub in William Floyd Parkway, Shirley. For the 13th, I am fully booked, I will tell you that. But they booked me for another date, the 20th. So if you want to come and see me there, I only do a maximum of 12 one-on-one readings. It's very draining, so I have to set a boundary there. But that number there is 631-772-4030. And like I say, you can book for the 20th, 13th is already booked. The 15th of April, which is coming up, of course, next week, I will be doing my psychic night at McGovern's Irish Pub. That's at Montauk Highway. There, again, you need to reserve. The number there is 631-218-8068. On the 17th of this month, I'm actually going to be doing a fundraiser for a special needs school, which is basically, it's to benefit the Leeway School in Sayville, and it's for a new playground for the special needs children. This will be April 17th at 6:30 at Greenwood Hall, 58 Greenwood Avenue, East Islip. And what I would suggest is you can contact them. There's no phone number here, but you can contact the Leeway School Foundation. It's listed, and then it's actually Leeway School Foundation at yahoo.com. They're still, I believe, there's still some tickets open. I haven't talked to her, so I really don't know how many, more spots we have. But that's going to be a fun thing. On the 19th, I'm going to be doing something very dear to my heart. I'm doing a special fundraiser, and that's Sunday, April 19th from 2 to 4 p.m., and it's an afternoon of spirit. With myself, of course, at the Senex Creek Inn. They donated the space there. I'm very, very thrilled, and I'm very honored. A friend of mine just lost his wife, and she was 35 years old. She passed over from lupus, left two beautiful young ladies, and 100% is going to them. So it's going to be very reasonable. You can contact me, for more information. I'm hoping to have a good crowd. I don't know who's going to be there, who's coming, but I will be doing a 2-hour session of spirit communication. I know the wife, it's a very sad scenario, and my heart goes out to the family. I had lunch with him yesterday, and just so sad that I was crying. It was so sad, So that's the 19th. On the 27th, I will be again on the waterfront, and I'll be doing a psychic night there. And that's from 6 to 9 p.m. And the number there that's in Patchogue. The number there is 631-307-9888. And for any of you folks that are into animals, you know me with my animals. I love my animals. I just got a call today to do a fundraiser for a spirit. I'm not sure the full name, but I know it's going to be June 4th, but I will be, telling you more about that. And it's going to be a fundraiser for rescue horses. And you guys know how I am about my animals. I do anything for the animals.
You can probably get Robert Finero, because he's a diehard horse person.
Really?
To get involved with that.
Oh, that would be
Robert
fabulous.
he was people not familiar with the name, Robert Finero from The Sopranos.
Oh, fabulous.
And he was just cast in the new HBO Untitled TV series, directed by Martin Scorsese, produced by Mick Jagger of the Rolling Stones.
Really?
It'll be on HBO, and Mick Jagger's son is co-starring in the film.
How fabulous
Yeah,
that
really,
is.
really good. Robert's
and I
a
just
really
saw
great
him
guy.
in a Verizon commercial too.
Oh,
so
very
yeah.
cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I did pull up because there's so much about you,
Well,
Fred.
before you get started, though, let me get this straight. You do speak to the dead, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
if they want to
I got
talk
an
to
uncle
me.
that died. I owe him a lot of money. I'm not here. Please, I'm
He
not
may
here.
come through, hey?
If he comes through, I'm not here, all right? Just
Whoever going to tell him you are, home?
tell him I'm not here.
You never know. He might show up.
Oh, okay.
Because they do come through. But I just want to give the people that don't know, and how can anybody not know about you? Come on,
Thank you,
Fred.
so much.
I mean, really. Okay.
I'll pay you later.
Okay. Okay. Well, they're not supposed to hear that. No. Anyway, okay. I pulled up his biography, and it's humongous. And not only that, you've done so many fabulous movies that we're going to talk about, what's coming up, and all the good things. And you've got free reign, basically. So once I tell the audience, which I'm sure they all know about you already, then we're going to, because I know Judy knows more about you than I do because she works with you, okay? All right, anyway, Fred Carpenter graduated from Nassau Community College with an associate degree in science. His major was chemistry. That's interesting in itself, my God. He was initiated into Phi Theta Kappa.
That's correct.
Okay. National Honor Fraternity of Junior Colleges. Fred then attended Stony Brook University and was a science major with the intention of becoming a doctor.
Now, before you go any further, just to let you know, my mother is an Italian Sicilian. And they're like Jewish mothers.
Okay.
Because my grandfather was a doctor, my mother said, you are going to be a doctor.
Okay. Whether you wanted to or not.
So I went to a science school, Stony Brook, with the intention of becoming a doctor. But instead, I destroyed my life, and I decided to become a filmmaker. That's what I did.
Well, that's basically what it
You
says
ended
here.
up, I mean, touching so many people's lives,
Thanks,
employing so many people on Long Island, and really just changing,
Moving forward,
revolutionizing.
yeah,
Like, you know, Hollywood has come east, you
Well,
know, so it's
And
incredible.
we have Mr. Hollywood here. From Mr. Long Island, you're going to become Mr. Hollywood.
okay.
So not that one. Okay, anyway, well, while attending Stony Brook University, Fred changed his major from science to liberal arts. Within a few months of graduation, he was hired by, and I was very impressed when I heard this, was hired by United Artists in sales. You worked at night tracking United Artists and MGM Movies box office throughout the United States and Canada. So that was you're starting to getting involved in all of this. A few years later, Fred was hired by Paramount Pictures publicity department at Paramount, and Fred worked for Tamara Rowett, who produced the hit TV show Living Color, and Michael Berman.
And if I just may interrupt, Tamara Rowett, a brilliant, brilliant woman, and Michael Berman, what a lot of people don't know about movies, everyone they think they know about the making of the movie.
Right.
But the selling of the movie are people like Tamara Rowett and Michael Berman, who literally turned Saturday Night Fever, Grease, Officer and Gentleman into hits. I mean, they're real smart.
Wow.
And to show you how smart I was there for like almost 5 years, and they loved me to death. It was a really great place. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to leave Paramount Pictures and make movies. Stupid me. I should have stayed at Paramount Pictures, made my movies on the weekend, and then bring the movie to the powers that be. So for any of you young or old filmmakers watching, if you have a great job at one of the studios, stay with that job and then make your movie. You know.
All right. Well, you know what? Well, I mean, there's so much here, but what I basically, I'm honored to have you here, and you know, I'd like you to basically talk about some of the movies. I know you got 7 awards, and you've been nominated for a bunch of pictures, and I actually saw one of your pictures, Charlie Mantle, and I thought that was a fabulous movie.
Thank you. That was a movie that I actually
saw an Oscar around that, to be honest with you.
Co-wrote and produced with Edward C. Wall, who's actually a Nassau County police officer.
I know.
Brought a lot of realism to it.
I know
Steve Sage Goldberg was the director of photography.
Right.
My right-hand person is my casting director, Marianne Giannino, who's also a co-producer. And the film that we did after that, which we just finished, Disco, was produced by Judy, myself, Marianne Giannino, Edward C. Wall, Pinky, and Steve Sage Goldberg. And what's unique about Disco, I'm very happy with the distribution of my films. Fabulous. But you wish you had that Bob or Harvey Weinstein who like came along and said, you know what, we're going to put it in 200 movie theaters. I'm feeling really good because she said, I hear a Harvey, I hear a Harvey.
Yeah,
And
I
I
had
said,
no
maybe,
idea who
maybe
this
Bob,
was.
are you hearing us? Come on, I need you, baby. But the disco movie, we are literally the only ones on planet Earth right now doing a movie about 70s disco. Now, this movie is not a sequel to the John Travolta character,
Right.
but it is a sequel to the whole disco world. It's almost like the last night of disco with the changing of guard. where,
Oh,
you know,
okay, interesting.
So
I
it was
can't
a
wait
lot
to
of
see
great
it.
dance, a lot of music, and I was telling some of the ladies that were here earlier that were
Yeah,
friends of
yeah,
Judy.
yeah.
Judy, as a woman, just did a phenomenal job as a
Oh, she's
producer.
fabulous.
Looked for continuity, just the whole 10 yards, really. And we were a small group, and we were a great group with Mary Ann Giannino,
Yes.
Steve Sage Goldberg, Pinky, Edward C. Wall, and I'm mentioning 5 people, 6 people. If this was a Hollywood finance production, they would have 200, 300 people.
yes.
So what we're doing is when you make an indie film,
Right.
for every dollar you have and you spend, you want to get back $20, $30 worth of production value. And you do that by Judy doing 5 jobs, so-and-so doing 10 jobs.
Right.
And that's how you have to do it.
But you're all blending and not
yeah,
just that.
I had
you know,
it was a
it's all
group,
working.
great, I found myself now with a really great group of people.
that's so
with Edward C. Wall and Judy and Mary Ann Giannino, we've been together for like 20 years.
Well, you know, that's part of that's success within itself.
Right. Steve Goldberg,
Yes.
who's also becoming a very fine director in his own right with
Well, I mean,
some
I know all
short
these.
subject
I
films.
know all these people you're mentioning,
Okay.
so it's not like
Yeah,
you
she
know, I
was
don't know.
actually in the music video that Steve produced
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Victoria
Nice.
Toka.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with Victoria Toka. And
That
then
was a
then
great video.
Then
really
I did
good.
something with
Ready
Bo,
to Run,
Yeah,
yeah.
Ready to Run, and I was
Nice.
actually I was the person that brought them in. The people that weren't the zombies, but yeah, I mean,
Excuse
you know,
me.
yes.
Before the night's over, remember, give me 6 numbers.
I'll do my
I'm
best.
running out the Powerball.
Okay, you know how many people have asked me this?
I know.
know
I
in the last
haven't
couple
asked
weeks.
you.
No, no,
No,
no.
you haven't. Well, we'll just tune in, you know. Okay, let me ask you though, what was your favorite movie
That I did?
so far? Yeah.
If
Well, I think this film might be one of the better ones.
I'm very proud of all my films.
Yes.
But I did a movie called Just Like Joe,
Okay.
which can be viewed on the website I, like the letter I, driveinmovie.com. That's
Okay.
I, driveinmovie.com.
Okay.
Over 500,000 views on Just Like Joe. It's a
Fabulous.
wonderful,
That's awesome.
wonderful film. I was smart enough 10, 15 years ago to get the internet rights for the music. The trouble is, to get all the other music rights, I need $250,000. So I'm hoping before I drop dead and see my uncle who I owe money to, who is dead, that I do clear the rights.
Maybe he'll
and I can
come
play
over
them
your
all
house
the
and
time. I don't know,
send
I don't
you
know.
He'll tell you where the money's stashed.
little gold nuggets or something.
That's
you
right.
know?
That's right.
Amazing. So how do you literally pick your cast when
Well,
you know?
that is an excellent question. The foundation of any film is the story.
Right.
You want to have a really good story. And then it's the acting. Like I can tell you that I can give you a great Martin Scorsese shot and we have like great sound, but the bottom line is the story and the performances. Now, what is good acting? Good acting is if you're watching the movie and you're never taken out of the moment where you say, oh, that was a bad actor or actress. So remember, filmmaking and watching a movie is a suspension of disbelief. So you're taking everybody on a ride from the beginning to the end, and you don't want any interruptions. So if you have no interruptions with the acting in that movie, you're gonna
it's going to be successful.
yeah, and of course you'll always have some people who criticize you. There's like 1,000 people to give jobs to, so automatically it's like you'll get a.
But I find even with the little work that I do, which is nothing compared to your work, both of you, there's always going to be somebody that's going to criticize.
Oh, you know what? Well, that's the world. If you read anything on YouTube, 90% of the people are saying nasty things.
Yeah, but you know what?
So
But I feel like we're
that's the
doing
world.
something right. If they're talking about you,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
on the right
exactly.
path.
That's
So
exactly
bring it
what I
on.
was gonna
Just
say.
No,
stay
but it's
focused and
typical.
positive. Absolutely.
But of Hollywood too. I mean, if you're a famous, like you take a Tom Cruise or a John Travolta,
Right.
or a Richard Gere, or Meryl Streep. I mean, people are like ripping them apart.
but
There's
some-
almost a sickness to it.
Yeah, but the thing is, sometimes, and you don't, and I'm a positive person, and I know we all are here. Sometimes a little negative will get things. Hey, wait, I haven't heard
Ignite
about
you.
them before. Let me tune into them. And
Well,
it revives.
I
it
agree with
revives.
Judy. If someone's talking about you, you're doing something right.
Oh,
Right.
Because,
yeah, I love
because
it.
if they're talking about you, you exist. I always say that if nobody sees your movie, the movie doesn't exist. If nobody hears your song, it doesn't exist. But maybe 5, 10 years from now, people are going to see that movie and hear that song, and it exists.
Yeah, it'll bring back some.
Yeah,
Now, Judy and you, both of you, you're working on disco. So how do you two collaborate
Well,
this?
I heard about Fred about 2 years ago when I first started going to the Long Island Film Expo, and Deborah Markowitz.
Well, I love
and,
Deborah. She's been on our show.
and
Yeah.
Tina Fries, and they were saying you have to meet Fred Carpenter. You must. I mean, he is by far Long Island's
God,
biggest
yes.
independent filmmaker. I mean, we don't
So
have
many
Hollywood
movies.
budgets behind us, and for him to get the cast and crew and employ all these people
Yeah.
locally in Long
Yeah.
Island
That's
is
important.
beyond
Well,
expressive.
and then I heard about Judy through Deborah, and
Right,
one of the
okay.
things that impressed me is Judy is a high-level professional. Like her intellect of, I give her a script to read, her intellect of reading the script and breaking down the script, and I just said to her, this is an educated person. I said, what did you do before you got into this? And she was in the medical industry,
know
and
that.
the pharmaceuticals, which
Yes.
I mean, she knows every drug and whatever.
Exactly.
So I was dealing with someone who's very smart. I try to tell her that, listen, I want to make a movie that, if we spend $1, I better get back $20, $30, $40
Right,
of production
right.
value. So we talked about that, and it was just a really good collaboration. And then part of our family, again, is Marianne
family, right.
Giannino,
Yeah.
Steve
She's
Sage
just
Goldberg,
amazing and beyond amazing.
Cecily. Just a great group of people. And every day we had different people working for us
Sure.
on the set, but that was the
The
core.
core, the core.
And for people out there who do want to make an indie film, is you need the core. You need talented people. People will have your back who are going to give the extra
Exactly.
extra
That's
mile.
the key to success.
And you don't mind really, like you're saying about rolling up your sleeves and getting dirty.
Well,
like
you
it's
have
not
to.
like do
You
as I
have to.
say, but do
Yes.
as I do. Like he's not bossing people around.
Right.
If we have to carry water
Right.
in,
Yeah.
it's not as
You can't be proud. I even say
Yeah.
I'm the toilet
No,
bowl cleaner.
yeah.
First day,
we
second day,
did everything.
yeah.
You cook,
I-
you clean, you do
well,
whatever
gotta
you
be
need to
part
do,
of it, of
and
course, that's
so.
what it's about. I just want to put out there some of the movies, or the movies that I've got written down here that you've done. You've done Send No Flowers in 2013. and
Which,
you-
by the way, stars Sean Young and Donna
I love
DiCiano.
Sean.
Phenomenal
I love
movie.
Sean. She's
Really
sweet.
phenomenal.
I did a fundraiser out here, and I know she was, in Queens, and her and her husband came out here.
Let me tell you something.
She's a
Talking about
beautiful
Hollywood
lady.
giving somebody a bad rap, this is somebody who
She's
gave
such
me
a
110%.
Oh,
She
yeah.
is an intellect of the acting craft, where she can teach at Hofstra or Harvard or Yale University. And for someone who, I even mentioned this to her on the set, she's involved with some films that were not just big hits, but were Americana.
Oh,
when
yeah.
you think about, Blade Runner and some
Right,
of these movies.
right.
And to come in and get involved with my movie, it was just, and to direct
I just saw her in a
was
play.
fantastic.
Actually, I just
phenomenal.
went to see her. She's
Phenomenal.
in the play. She's a sweetie, and she's got
Great mother, great
She's
wife.
wonderful. She's got beautiful energy, and she's real, and that's what I like about her. And even Captain Moriarty too. Because I did that one movie. The one I did, but they're real, and that's it just.
Well, she's for what I know, a very kind person,
Oh,
very given person.
beautiful
And
people.
when she's worked with some of the biggest directors in Hollywood, and then would trust me on a little
totally.
minuscule budget. And by the way, that film, Send No Flowers and The Night Never Sleeps, got picked up by Multicom Entertainment and has recently played for the last 3 months on Verizon Fios. And it's
Very
going to
good.
be coming. It's going to be coming on demand for Optimum, Time Warner Cable,
that's
and
fabulous.
Comcast.
So you're going to be all over the place.
Yeah,
So
it's-
Send
you've
No
got,
Flowers,
you've got,
that's a
it,
must.
you've got to send that over to me. And
Send No Flowers and The Night Never Sleeps.
And then we've got Jessie, which you won the Audience Award in 2011.
Well, that movie also, I was the most famous person on the planet. We were shooting a robbery hostage scene in Belmore, Long
Oh
Island.
yes, I
in
read
2010,
that. Yes.
and I had about 50 to 100 extras on the floor,
That was so
with
funny.
some of the meanest looking guys that were in the TV show Oz with guns in their hand. A woman looked in and said, "There's a robbery going down," and the SWAT team showed up.
Yes, I
Thank
read
God.
that.
Thank God nobody got killed.
I read
all right?
that
But
made
I
me
was
laugh.
I was the
That's
most famous
awesome.
man on the
Yeah,
famous
yeah.
man on the planet for
Yeah.
like one day. Thank God it was a very happy ending.
Well, that sure helps.
And it just
okay?
shows you that the Nassau County Police Department had great restraint. They really did.
Oh, I think
Because they could have
so,
come
yeah.
into a situation and
Yeah.
you didn't have the highly trained
Professional,
professionals.
yes,
They would've-
yes,
and
so,
it was not good.
And then in 2008,
Just like Joe.
you
People want
won.
to check that film out.
I love
Go
that
to idriveamovie.com. It's a story about a Long Island high school football team playing in the shadow of the Vietnam War, who are
Oh.
worshiping Joe Namath, and it's
Oh,
a
really?
it's a story of faith, and
Well,
it's
faith is
a real tearjerker movie. If
okay.
I drop dead now,
God forbid,
I'd have a
you
smile
know,
on my
you
face
can't
that I
because
did
you
a
got
really
things
good
to do.
quality.
But you know what's amazing? The actor in that film is also in Disco. He's the lead in Disco, and it's been a few years since you've made that film, and you see him now as a grown-up, and he's just magic. That
That's
kid, he's
fabulous.
definitely going to be the breakout,
Good-
one of the
good-
breakup stars
Good point
for the
that
film.
Judy just said, is that it was also a smaller role in the movie The Night Never Sleeps.
Okay.
And for the young people out there too, is that you have to have the talent, but you have to study. And all the people that Judy just mentioned, they're studying. Study, study,
That's the
study.
key to
You never
success.
know when you're going to get your shot.
Right.
But, you know, a lot of people think that the acting crap, you know, because they could tell a joke at a bar, but it's really not like that. You
Or
gotta,
just be
you gotta
pretty
study.
and not know, like, you know, like you have to read the script. I've worked with people who have not read the script.
Yeah, you can't.
And rehearsals, there was a lot of rehearsals. We went to so many rehearsals prior to shooting, and they were so excited about this because they know this is their breakout role.
Certainly.
So
And also, as Judy getting involved as a producer, it excites her to see the talent that we had.
Of course it does. Oh my God, it's a blessing. I mean,
you have an amazing, you have an amazing script. You have an amazing music behind it, original music, and you have Fred Carpenter as a director. I'm like, why wouldn't I want to be doing this?
And a lot of the people were from Long Island.
Well, that's the important thing.
I mean, Robert Clohessy was Blue Bloods, phenomenal actor.
Yeah,
He's up in Connecticut, and Robert Fornaro's, of course, from the city. But the majority of the people in most of my films are from Long Island. And
well, you know, you have open, and Judy knows, you have open invite if you ever want to bring any of your stars on the shows. I would love to have you.
I got to tell you, I hear so much about you in the show. That Judy asked me to come on the show. I go, wow, really? I want to do that show.
Well, that's fabulous, and I'm proud of that.
Thank you. I feel so much better right now.
And the door's always open, you know. I even tell like Deborah, you know, and Judy knows. So I'm like, Judy, okay, who are we gonna have, you know? And she's like, who do you want? I said, I really want Fred Carpenter. She's like, and then she says, well, you gotta be kidding. I was like, really? I was so excited.
I'll pay you after the show.
Because we definitely want to have all the cast here.
Oh, I would love it.
But I mean, just speaking to him first, because I mean, again, he wrote it, directed it, the vision, and it's Long Island.
I actually wrote the Disco movie with Edward C. Wall and Joanne and Wynn Tambureau. Oh, he's a really, really talented guy.
His mom was in the movie also.
Oh, was she?
Yeah, she was in the
sequence.
funeral scene. Yeah.
Was she?
Yeah.
Okay, she's a very nice lady. I talk to her every so often, so I know her for quite a while. Okay, so anyway, so we also have, let's see, Eddie Monroe that you did in 2006.
Great little movie that could also be seen on iDriveAMovie.com.
Okay, and then we have Marie in 2001.
That's another movie you can see on iDriveAMovie.com.
Okay.
That's been playing all over the world.
And then we have the best short film, Act of Contrition. I like that.
It's about a priest who his church is in a drug-infested neighborhood.
Oh, wow, that should be an interesting
I also want to mention, if we go back a little bit, I did a movie called Murdered Innocence, which got picked up by Columbia Pictures, was playing all over the world.
Wow,
and Frank Karachi, who was Adam Sandler's director.
Really?
Frank did Click, The Water Boy, Zookeeper, and Murdered Innocence was his debut directorial film.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, that was for the Long Island International Film Festival.
And I just interrupt another thing. The movie I did before that, Small Kill, was directed and written by Rob Fresco, who's one of Hollywood's top television writers.
So you don't know anybody, huh?
Well, I know them, but they're not calling me. It's like Fred, give me a break. I give him a break. Hello, help me out.
They're not calling him. They're just showing up to his set and being part of it. I mean, he always has Armand Asante.
I know.
Sean.
Yes, yes.
He always works
they're
with
really,
Robert
top
Panero.
Yeah, they're real.
Clohessy.
Just very respectful people. Eric Roberts as well.
Oh, yes.
But you know, again, to direct them and they trust you, because
Well,
remember,
the
they're
key.
coming from a Hollywood movie with
Oh,
300 people.
Oh, sure.
With a low-budget movie is what, $50 million.
Well,
so we're making a movie for $100,000 or less, but don't tell anyone.
Well, success, that's the main thing.
Right.
And then the Soho International Film Festival, which I had
Great,
gone there,
great
right?
film festival, and we're going to, technically I can't say it, but I can say it.
Okay.
The end of this month, we were allowed to announce that Charlie Mantle will be in the Hoboken International Film
Fabulous,
Festival. Yeah, that's
fabulous.
the big New York City press. We're also in the Manhattan Film Festival,
Okay.
Long Island International Film Expo.
So I think
we've been playing that whole film festival
I think I'm going to be making
circuit.
a lot of trips this
And
coming up.
Charlie Mantle was just
Oh,
fantastic. This is before I got
wonderful.
involved with the Long Island film crew. And I mean,
Mm-hmm.
so many of my really great friends. John Thomason is in that film.
John, of
Michael
course.
Zinn had a role. Steve Sage. So many people
Good
that
actors.
I love were for
That
like
you know,
in this
yeah.
film.
Yeah,
you
Steve
know?
Sage, besides being a great DP and emerging director, very, very good actor.
I know. I met.
I mean, very
you know,
good.
he was involved.
And if I may say one thing about the
Yes.
talent from Long Island, people say, you know, why is there such talent in Long Island? And this is what people don't realize. There are 3 million plus people living on Long Island.
Right.
Only Long Island and the New York metropolitan area can say or state this fact. If you never leave this area, you're exposed to every nationality, cultural background,
Absolutely.
religious belief the world has to offer. So it's a sophistication of talent.
Sure.
Also, you know, people don't realize that if we were a city, we'd be the 6th largest city, bigger than the city of Philadelphia. So if you're fortunate enough to be born and raised in Long Island and you want to go into the entertainment business, you do have one leg up on everybody else.
Oh,
It's still going to be tough. You're still going to have a lot of disappointments, but you
Well,
know,
we are the Hollywood of the East. I mean,
Yeah.
every time you turn on the TV, they're talking about, you know, just today on Channel 12, they were talking about, you know, how big the movie industry is.
and you have
coming
some
out
great
here.
people who live out here. Alec Baldwin lives out
Oh, I
here.
know,
Edward
yes,
Burns, who
yes,
also was,
yes.
was from Valley Stream, who
Yeah.
became a mega indie
Right.
filmmaker. Steven Spielberg comes out here in the summer.
That's
Charles
my dream to
Palminteri.
meet Steven Spielberg. That's my dream.
Mine
meet him.
too.
Okay.
Well, I have to tell you this.
All right.
I'll
We'll
tell-
make a reservation for 4 at
Well,
lunch with them.
but listen,
okay?
I got to tell you, I always
I
try
won't be
to,
able to talk.
I always try to bring in like film students to like work on the set. So I had a lot of film students that were from Hofstra University and NYU,
Okay,
and one of the
right.
films that I did. And this one kid comes up to me and he goes, they started talking like this, you know, Mr. Carpenter, I really enjoy watching you work. You're really impressing me. The kid's like 17 years old. He says, you know, I got this script and it has this whole peace train concept, and I'd really like you to be a part of it.
Yeah.
He goes, I've been considering Spielberg doing my script. And I'm thinking, who's he talking about? Joey Spielberg?
Oh,
You know?
how funny.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I just want to, okay, so The Night Never Sleeps was nominated for the Soho. Okay.
Very good acting job by a very good actor named, he's going to hit me for that, Russ Kamada.
Oh, yes,
You know,
okay.
And Armin Asante's in that film.
Yes,
really
yes.
good work.
And then you've been also nominated for Jesse in 2011.
If I don't win, all my films always get nominated, which is
And
good.
then
And the
you
key about
won
the key about my
Just
films,
Like Joe.
they're entertaining.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
when like I tell Judy, like we're wearing the producer's hat cap. You know, I would love a critic to say, "Oh my God, your dialogue is so great; it's like butter melting in your mouth." When Judy and I were talking about, like, she asked me for like, "Who's your audience for disco?" The bus driver, the truck driver,
Right.
the
People
waiter,
lived
the
it.
waitress. Yeah, people
people
who
lived
work
it.
hard all week,
Right.
want to come home on the weekend or go home that night and escape and be entertained.
Oh, I agree.
And that's what we're
I
looking
totally
for.
Yeah, the
agree. I
people who
totally
also
agree.
grew up on disco and the new kids
Oh, yeah.
who've never
Oh, totally.
experienced it. It was a little bit before my generation, so it was so
I was
exciting.
in it. I mean, it was my.
It was so exciting
basically
to
my
be like,
time.
can we do this? And people are like, you cannot duplicate it. You cannot like be John Travolta. And I'm like, you know what? I'm betting that we can because
Well, I mean-
Now, in the production, we
really
really kick butt. I mean, Judy, again, Marianne Giannino, Steve Sage Goldberg. I got to keep saying the names over and over again.
Yes.
Phenomenal work.
They are. They're fabulous.
Just a great group.
You
of
know, I
people.
think we have a call. You know, if anybody does want to call in, 631-996-6179.
If
So-
it's a collection agency, I'm not here.
And we know you're looking for a lady, so you just
Oh,
never
really?
know.
No, okay,
You know
sure.
what? We're definitely going to have a follow-up show. We're
Yes,
going to have
we
the
are.
cast of
Okay.
Disco come in, but we also have a special show for you guys. So for you Long Island single women who are looking for Mr. Right, we are going to post on Janet's site,
Yep.
and we're going to be grilling and finding out about like special women out there that you have to have some similarities.
Yes, you have to
And,
blend in with, because
the
he's a
arts.
very outgoing young man. I will say that.
I like the word young. I'm not
Well,
so
of
young, but thank
course,
you so
you
much.
are.
He is
You're very
entrepreneurial
he's very
spirit,
vibrant.
filmmaker.
He
It's
is in
fun.
100 places at once.
Right.
So this is somebody who's going to have to know that you are talented, but they're going to have to know that you're very
Yeah.
busy as well.
Yeah, and
know.
He's launched so many people's
Oh,
careers and
fabulous.
just has done so much great for
Thank you
Long
so much.
Island.
So
and
let-
really made Long Island a place to want to live in. So we're going to be behind him. We're
yeah,
going to
right,
pick
exactly.
3 lucky women and to go out with Mr. Carpenter and see if it's a love match. So
All
we're
right.
going to be
So
doing that as
if
well.
anybody wants to call in now,
Maybe we can
it
make
was
that
just
a little like
ringing.
show or something.
Yeah, I would love that. That would be a fun thing. If you'd like to call in, you can call at 631-996-6179. And if you have a question for Fred or for any of us, maybe you want to, get involved and maybe, you can tell them how to get involved, how to contact you, or whatever, you know.
Well, what you got to do is you got to go through the proper channels.
Well, of course, we know that. We know that. I mean, you know. So I'm hoping that I know it was ringing before, and I didn't. Well, they'll call back.
Hello.
Yes, no, they'll call back because I see it with the light flashes, you know.
No, but again, we're like so excited for you to take the time. I know you're in post-production. People think it's like you pick up a camera, you got a script, and you shoot. Like you want to share a little bit of the pre-production, you know, while shooting, and the post-production, what it entails. Because again, once people say it's a wrap, I think people think, okay, ready.
No,
that's only,
you don't realize
that's only
half
the job. Then you got to get it.
No idea what it entails. I mean, the few.
And what's good about the Long Island too, the universities, Hofstra University, believe it or not, even though Stony Brook is a science school, have phenomenal theater departments and film departments.
The 5 towns?
Oh, big time, very good.
Very good. I mean,
now it doesn't mean when you graduate from there that you're going to get a job in Hollywood.
Right, exactly.
But as Judy was saying, at least you're learning the foundation.
Well, that's
and
the key.
You know what it's about, what you're getting yourself into.
That's the key. That's the key. So now, what do you have planned after disco?
To believe it or not, I literally jumped into disco because I was looking at a script and I was talking to some people. I was talking to this entertainment attorney. I was talking about disco. Okay. And he said to me, if you can get this thing in the can quick, he says, you got something. You have a leg up on everybody else.
Fabulous.
So we got the movie in the can, and now the next couple of months we're editing, doing sound, whatever. But really, my whole job right now is really just Charlie Mantle and disco.
Oh, I love Charlie Mantle. I mean, when I saw that movie, I even said I could see an Oscar around that. I really.
Well, you know, God's honest truth. Robert Finaro gave such an amazing performance.
I mean, which
he really did.
It was so amazing. It was
and
so
that's
amazing.
one of the things too in Hollywood. You know, you can give a great performance, but then it's the power of the distribution company that has the money that can help promote you and get you that Oscar nod.
Yeah.
But again, the acting was just really, really good. And I got to say something too. As a director, you have a vision, but then you want the person who's editing your film to also have a vision. Otherwise, it's just like cut
and dry.
Connecting the dots.
Yeah.
And Steve Sage Goldberg, who's my editor on Charlie Mantle and on Disco. So we would discuss. He knows my image,
very
my
intense,
vision.
Very deep man, but very good at what he does. Yes.
Matter of fact, he is probably the best Bon Jovi singer, except for Bon Jovi.
You know,
I
haven't gotten to see him yet.
Let me tell you, every show he puts on is sold out.
We gotta go there sometime.
Really,
I know.
Really.
And he goes all across the country.
I know
that.
he does.
Yeah, he just came back. I called him up. I go, where are you? Aren't you editing the film? He goes, I'm in Washington singing Bon Jovi. I go, Steve, all right, get home, man.
He is a talent, but he is very intense because he did that.
A lot of people like in show business, you know, they just like have that energy, which is a good thing.
But they're so real. That's what I love about them. You know, you see them on the movie theater, but then when you meet them in person, they're just so grounded and down to earth. You know, and a lot of people don't see that side of them. They only see what we see.
Well, you're seeing what's being promoted to the public.
Yeah,
and a lot of them too, like. It's not easy, probably being famous, especially if you have children. Oh, you know, because you got to, you don't want your kids being photographed or you don't know who's out there.
That. Yeah, I can totally understand that.
Well,
I hope somebody calls in because we're just waiting to see.
Hello, are you there?
I have to press buttons.
Oh, it's my uncle who died. I'll pay you later. Can't believe it. I told you, block that call. I don't have the money to pay him.
Not only are you a good actor and a great movie, you're a comedian. I got two lines.
You do? Oh.
Yes. All right. So let me see. Welcome to When Spirits Connect. Who's calling, please?
Hi, my name is Sandy.
Hi, Sandy. Welcome to the show. Are you watching us?
Yes, I am.
Fabulous. Who do you have a question for?
Well, Janet, you're fabulous, and Judy, you're just absolutely beautiful. But I'm a very big fan of Fred.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Fred. I've been following his work forever. He's like a Long Island legend in independent film industry here. So it's such a pleasure to get to talk to you.
Thank you so much.
Are you single?
Yes, I am.
Oh,
I'm available for marriage.
Well, we're going to have this. We're going to put up on Janet's website. So stay tuned, Sandy. You might get to meet Mr. Carpenter. He really is a tremendous, genuine, big heart, good guy. I mean, what you see is what you get. Complete transparency and.
And you know what? He's fun, and that's the most important thing. Even though he's talented.
He is. He's a real, like, what a personality.
Oh, he's amazing. He's amazing.
And I just want to say.
And it's so nice to see that the personality matches the body of work that you've done.
Ooh, she
you know?
likes your body.
Oh,
Body of work, body of work.
Hold on. I just want to say.
What kind of show did I call?
It's when spirits connect, honey.
We're connected. Hold on, I just want to say one thing. Excuse me. Mom, thanks for calling in. Okay.
No, it doesn't sound like Mom, so thank you, Sandy.
Thank you so much,
Call.
Sandy.
Question?
Thank you, honey.
Sure. What question? Of course.
Because I've been following your new film that you're putting together, Disco.
Okay.
When is that? Well, first of all, when does it come out?
Well, I'm targeting to have the movie screen at the Long Island International Film Expo, which is probably the third week in July.
Correct.
Oh, wow, so relatively soon.
Yeah, and then after that, we want to play the whole film festival circuit. But I really think I have a buzz in this movie. Of all the indie films I've done, I think this is the one film, because of the subject matter and the timing, that if I did have the Bob and Harvey Weinstein and Weinstein Company putting it out, it could do 200, 400 theaters around the country.
That's fabulous.
Yeah, yeah. So
Well,
that's what we're
you know
looking
what?
for.
We have
You know,
tremendous actors.
Can I get a front row seat? Do you need a date for the premiere?
Oh,
there you
absolutely.
go, Sandy.
Oh, wow.
You know what? I like this spiritual connection. I got to just tell you something. I've gone on Match.com. I've gone on this. I've gone on that. I'm doing better on
You just
spiritual
come
connection.
to see, right? You just
Listen,
come to the
if
show.
you want if you want a dating site, folks, go to Spiritual Connection. This is the way it works.
When spirits connect. When spirits connect.
When spirits connect.
Well, you know what? Hopefully we'll get to meet you one day, and and what I would suggest is at the end of the show, I'll give my phone number, and if you want, we can connect you, and then when we have when we do the dating show, we're going to pick 3 people, but we will need to interview you because we're going to find out what Fred's likes and dislikes are. And
let me just tell you one thing. When it comes to dating, I am not choosy. I just go for breathing. If you're breathing, I'll go out with you.
I don't believe him, but thank you.
I'll go
so you might be in contention since you called and you admire him already. Whoa. All right, Sandy. Well, thank you so much for calling, and we appreciate you watching.
Thank you for taking my call.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Fred. Hope to be seeing you.
All right, thank you for the nice words. I really appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you again, hon. Bye-bye.
Bye now.
Bye-bye. Okay, now I got to make sure I turn that off. Yeah.
That was
She was
very
great,
nice.
yeah.
Oh, well, so
So
guys.
you see, like, I mean, he doesn't believe, he's so sincere, he doesn't believe how much people really admire him, and he really is. Like, there's so many filmmakers, like you say, like he's working with some local guys from NYU students, and this is the idol. This is what they want to aspire to be, a filmmaker,
Now, are
director.
both of you in disco?
No, she has a small cameo,
Okay.
really like a cameo.
Okay.
But I will tell this, Judy, very professional, because Judy was getting involved as producing, and I even talked to her about when you read the script, because I know she does acting, is there anything there that you want?
Right.
And she says, Fred, I know there's so much to do. I really want to focus on the project with the producing, where she could have very easily taken a role, but she was doing what was best for the movie.
Well, that's
because
Well, I also have the
That's
2
fabulous.
steps, so I didn't think it would be proper for me to be dancing. We danced at rehearsals.
Right,
Remember,
right.
we were dancing
Did you?
behind the scenes
Oh,
at
if I may say
rehearsals.
talking about the
and-
dancing,
Sure.
Christine Montante is one of the lead featured dancers in disco. Really, really phenomenal. And you can go to the website, which is Facebook.
Disco, yeah.
Right,
Please
Disco
like
the
us
movie.
on Facebook, Disco and the movie, and we almost have 1,000 likes. And movie we just wrapped, so if you can.
Now, when you get the trailer up, that'll be up too. I'm sure.
Yeah, that'll be
sure,
in still in time,
It's
maybe
still
about a
another
month or
year
so.
post,
I'll be
yeah.
honest with you, in the past, I would always push to get a trailer.
Right.
But I'm really at a point doing this for so long, the trailer really counts as when the movie's going out to the public.
Well, that's
you know?
very true.
So that's where I
yes,
want to put all
that's
my
very
effort and
true.
time. If we have time to do a trailer, do a trailer. But the main thing is to make a really good, quality, very, very entertaining movie.
And,
Well, I'm
and
certain
I'm
she's
going
gonna
to
do
put
it.
out a contest stuff for all you guys. Please like us on Facebook, and we will randomly select 3 pairs of tickets to go to the Long Island Film Expo. We'll give
That's
them away. We
fabulous.
can't pay accommodations if you're coming from
Right, right.
wherever you
Yeah,
are, but if
yeah.
you're local, we can have you at the screening. You get to meet Fred Carpenter. So please like us on Facebook, and we will announce on the page
You know what? I mean,
3 winners to
last
randomly.
year I did interview some people, so maybe I could even interview some people like we did last year and maybe some of these people that
Oh,
are
absolutely,
some
absolutely.
of the winners.
Yeah,
We can
absolutely.
interview them
But
as
again,
well.
the cast of Disco is a lot of people that you know
Oh,
and love
yes.
in Long
Oh, yes.
Island. You know, veterans like
Yeah.
John Thomason
Yes,
was
I
in
know
it.
John.
and
John did the movie.
Robert Clohessy is in the
Yes.
film, really good.
I mean, you got so many.
Robert
talented-
Finaro.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Robert Finaro is
Yep.
phenomenal. If I may say something, not to sound a little corny, with all the hatred and craziness that goes on in the world, what's really great about show business, it's the one thing I would say, especially movies and the music, has done so much in bringing people together on this planet of all nationalities, cultural backgrounds, and religious beliefs. And when you can do that,
Yeah.
you're really building a foundation for world peace. Because, you know, especially the young people who maybe their countries hate each other,
Yeah.
but they're getting close because of movies and because of music. And matter of fact, the most requested export of the United States of America is the American movie.
Oh, I'm sure it's got to be.
So not only are we doing something productive here on Long Island, we're doing something productive, you know, out there.
To the world.
Yes.
Well, you are known worldwide, so
No, that was
there we
very
go.
nice. I'm going
You
to come
know,
on this
it's-
show more, man.
Well,
It's my
you're
great-
You're always
the
welcome.
door is
Thanks,
always
everyone.
open, and anytime you want to bring any of any of your
But I mean,
actors,
honestly, like your
she
mom,
knows,
your
yeah.
family, it has to be so proud of what
Oh,
you've
God.
done.
Well, they-
Like,
well,
it's
no,
a
they-
huge accomplishment.
What they do, to be honest with you, they worry because, you know, you're not really, it's a tough field. I tell people as you're getting older, the Christmases are be getting lonelier and lonelier. You do sacrifice a lot.
Well,
But the thing is that
yes, I'm
I
sure
have
I-
great support from your family. If you're going to go into show business, if you don't have great support from your family, it's
Well,
going to be
that's
rough.
part of it.
And what a parent worries about is what kind of living they're going to make.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Here it's a crapshoot. It really is. It's tough, you know.
But so far,
I'm out
I
of my
mean,
mind.
But
Okay.
no, I mean, look at the talent that you have. The talent, just your name in itself. You have no idea when you mention Fred Carpenter, they're like,
Are you sure my mother didn't pay you off before I came on the
all
show?
right,
No.
no, no, it was the uncle up there that
No, keep them away. I owe
contacted
my
me.
money. Then. I'm owing people.
No, but
dead
honestly, I
and
was
alive.
very grateful because I've done several shorts in the past. I worked on a few features, but to work with his
Oh,
perspective, over
yes.
20 films,
I
successful
know,
films.
I
Like, you
know.
know, once you have one film, two films, but 20 consistent hits and just working hard and still waiting for, like he mentioned, that Hollywood break because
It's
it's not
gonna
easy.
happen.
Yeah, and if it is,
You
but,
can buy
but
a
here's the
really
thing.
fancy car and a really
Right.
beautiful McMansion, or you can make another
Yeah.
film, and you're choosing the art. You're choosing to give people
Right,
a
well, that's
beautiful
the key.
film. So it's a lot of sacrifice.
Yeah, but that's the
And I hope
key.
people watch Just Like Joe. It's a touching film.
I'll
If anyone's
definitely
watching,
watch it, yeah.
iDriveAmovie.com, Just Like Joe.
That
Now,
was definitely by far one of my favorites.
I'm
It's a
gonna- I didn't
tearjerker.
see
It's
it
a
but
great. It's a
I will.
great. I love all my films. They're like my little children, you know.
Of course they
But
are.
but
much
it's
to
just, you know, but I don't know.
Now, if people want to contact you, okay?
Well, what they should do
we
is go
still
to
have plenty of
go
time,
to
so-
Facebook
Okay.
and Fred Carpenter, and they can send me a message.
Okay.
And you know,
And you ladies out there,
okay, this is good. This is better than Match.com. I should have been here earlier.
It is. Send him a message because he's a genuine guy, and yeah,
and we'll
we're vouching. We're vouching.
yes, yes,
Right,
and
well,
we're going to
but-
set
but-
you up to somebody.
Okay, that's good.
And you know, it maybe it'll be door 1, door 2, or door 3. That would be a fun.
right.
That would be
Wouldn't
the
that
match.
be
I always
fun?
wanted to do the dating game, so we'll do
Yeah.
that.
I
We'll
think,
set it
you're
up
going
as
to
a
become the
dating
next
game.
Howard Stern.
I like Howard Stern. He's funny.
Yeah,
He's
we'll
funny,
do that.
he's
We'll
funny.
set it
You know,
up.
talk
as a
about
dating
how
game.
hard show business is. If
Oh,
you want
I
to mention
know,
Howard
I
Stern,
know,
okay?
yeah.
Here's a guy that literally created reality
Oh
entertainment.
yes.
But they never give the guy the credit. No, really. I mean, not that he cares, all right? He did a movie called Private Parts, all right? It really was a family movie. It did $43 million at the American box office, and people called him a failure because it didn't do $100 million.
Oh my God.
But wait till you hear this, though. The ticket price to see that movie back then was like $3 or $4. So in today's ticket prices, I think the movie did $120 million.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So if you
that's
take someone like
fabulous.
Howard Stern, who's like one of the most successful people of all
Yes,
time,
and he is out here. They
and
live
people
out here,
and people are knocking him. Think
Yes.
how tough it is for like the little people, you know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
what the moral of the story is, you put it in one ear and out the other, the negativity, because even the best have to go through that.
Yeah, but you know they're very big. I mean, out here they're very big with the animals. His wife is very, very
really?
big. Oh my God, yes, yes, she's very.
I don't,
big
you know,
with
because I don't know the guy.
Yeah.
Jackie Martling, who
Okay,
worked in
in the
2 of my
beginning,
films,
yep, yep.
Send No Flowers and in Charlie Mantle, really, really fine actor, did a really great job.
Yes.
Really
well,
good.
You're very, you know, people are drawn to you too because of your
Well,
personality.
he was very nice to me. He says, you know, Fred, you're the first one who really gave me a shot
Really?
at a very
beautiful
strong
it
role.
is.
And the
Yeah.
thing was, this is Jackie. It's a no-brainer. If anyone actually gave you the opportunity, I mean, he's a phenomenally talented actor. I really don't know how the mindset works in Hollywood. But remember what I said. If the man who created reality entertainment, okay,
Really?
doesn't get the
Yeah.
credit for it, you know, think how tough. The
You never
business
know.
is, the
Fred's
business
only
is,
they-
made,
they could be
Fred's only
watching
made
this
over
show,
20
you know?
films,
right.
you know, 20 features.
He's new to it.
the business is tough, but it's a noble profession, which is a good
It
thing.
is.
It is, and you know, and you bring so much happiness to so many
You really
people,
do.
and that's the key to success. I think.
Well, thank you so much. I really, to tell you the truth, I really try to be a good guy. I
Well,
never put a
you
knife in anyone's back. I
are.
got tons
No.
of them in my back.
No.
Maybe that's show business. Yeah.
You know,
There's another one's my uncle. I owe him money.
oh.
Come on. Go back to where
I
you are.
told you he's going to be sending you the gold nuggets coming
that's
down
funny.
and say, hey, look, I'm proud of you. He's very proud of you.
Yeah.
And another actor I
So.
would love to plug is Sal Rendino. He played the DJ
Oh.
in this film.
Oh my God.
I mean, this guy is
Unbelievable.
so talented. I've seen him
Really?
play psychiatrist in
Really?
in Leaving and Deborah Marco's
right,
film.
yes.
He plays psychiatrist with my film in Sickness. And a DJ, and you would think he would just play cool. He was performing the entire time. The
100%.
music was on. He was there because it just helped to keep everybody in
sure.
character. And he blew me away. I didn't expect that from him.
Consummate professional. And Judy brought up a point. Steve Sage Goldberg just finished a short subject film called Junkie Heaven. You could see
yes.
you could see the trailer.
I just saw it the other day. Yes,
with
it's good.
Sal
Yes,
and
yes,
Joe Halsey and
yes.
some of these other people.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
was just
The
on the
movie's
show.
like a mini freaking Taxi Driver.
Yeah, I watched
really
it.
is.
I
I'm
saw
so.
that,
I'm,
actually.
if Steve Sage Goldberg is watching, I am so jealous of you. I'm envious of you.
Aw.
Stop
And he got to
making
work-
great work.
And he got to work with one of my favorite gals too, Nicole Voigt-Lau. who
Oh,
was
very
my
good.
film in
Yes, yes,
Sickness.
she's very
That
beautiful.
girl
the
is
acting
money.
was. I
Yeah.
got to tell you what I said before. If you look at Junkie Heaven,
Yes, I saw it.
you go on a ride. It's an
They're
18-minute
amazing.
film, and the acting is like off the
Superb.
charts.
Superb.
Off
Yeah,
the charts.
I saw that.
And I think with like Hollywood, like they don't care if they make a flop. I think as an independent filmmaker, there's so much more pressure because you're
Oh, it's
you're at stake. It's
part
your
of who
money,
you are, of
everything. So you
course.
give
Of
250% more.
Yeah, because
So-
again, and everyone knows, you know, like you hear people like they'll say, "Oh, I made an independent film." Oh, no, I'm making an independent film, and I'm making it for $4 or $5 million. That is so bogus.
Yeah.
If you have $4 or $5 million cash, you can take that money in the script and walk into Warner Brothers
Of
and put a
course.
distribution
Yeah.
deal. The reality is
Absolutely.
what we do for a living.
Yeah.
There's nobody making these films now for more than $100,000. An
Yeah.
independent film meaning
Well,
we're,
sometimes.
we're making the movie, but we're making the
yikes.
movie, and now we're selling to Hollywood. So,
Right.
and if you make the movie for $100,000, you want it to be $1 million movie.
Of course you
So
do.
I'm director, I'm producer, I'm first AD, second AD, taxi driver. I mean, you got to do
Caterer,
all
everything.
you have to do all those things because if you're spending the dollar, you
It's
got to
like
get a lot of
raising a
it.
child.
Got a good
You
point.
got to put
Very good.
everything into it
Yes.
from the baby up.
I think a lot of the young people when they first get into the game or try to get into the game, they're doing
anxious.
one or two jobs
Okay.
and they're having a lot of difficulty making that film the way I think they wanted to make. It's really a group effort. And if you're only an extra, that extra though has to believe in you.
Oh, yeah.
You want to have positive energies. You said something
Totally.
earlier. Positive energies.
Got
On
it.
a movie
So
set,
there
if
you
you do
go.
not have positive energies,
Shouldn't be there.
you got it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Because it could bring other people down.
Yeah,
you know?
and it's like it's you're all there for one. You want to make a good movie.
And you know what? Not just positive. You got to have the passion.
Mm-hmm.
It's the passion that brings it in too.
But also,
really.
I definitely believe in solutions. Like, if there is a fire in set, because there's going to be problems, there
Right.
always happens.
Right.
You have to add water. Don't
Oh,
add fuel
totally.
to the fire. So
Totally.
there's a lot. And Marianne Giannino,
I know, yeah.
she is amazing, and she was like such a professional, and just
I am
always. I
ver-
can
if
see
I-
why she has. They've been
If I
working
had a-
together for so many years, and I can see why, because she's so
I'm
amazing.
so lucky. She's of course casting director, but she's also a
Right.
producer.
Right.
Matter of fact, in Disco, the producers are
brought her
Judy,
with
Marianne, Edward C.
Yes.
Wall, and myself. Co-producers are Steve Sage Goldberg, who's also the editor, and he's also the DP, and also Cecily is also a producer. But it's just you got someone who watches you back,
Well,
keeps
that's
an
the
eye on
important
things. Just a
things.
really, really, really good, solid
Well,
person.
that's the.
Yeah.
You've got to blend like a puzzle.
Yeah, very
All
good.
the pieces have to fit.
Well, when the lights are on, that's when, you know, everybody shines, but when no one's looking, and that's when I call Marianne, just like being beyond impressed with her, because she is just like, there was always a solution, always getting.
Well, that's the success.
Heroes on set, so.
You gotta bring her on here sometime. We'll have to have.
Oh,
you know,
absolutely.
definitely
Yeah,
wanna have,
we'll have the whole disco crowd.
I
I'm
would
sure they'll
love
come.
it. I mean, come on, we'll get the ball
That would
going
be great.
around the whole
Oh, by
deal.
the way, we shot at the legendary Zachary's
I
nightclub.
know that.
It's been
yes.
around for 30
yes,
years.
I know that.
Phenomenal set design. Everything was really, really good.
And
And by the way, we have some really good actors out there. Very young actress. Young. She's 17 years old.
Okay.
Gabriel Lipsky, who I
Okay.
think you're going to be hearing a lot about her in the future.
Fabulous. So maybe
Really
we'll get back on.
phenomenal actress. Ed Hooter, Matthew Papadilla, Dan Kiernan. Just a great
Diana
group of people.
Durango.
Oh, phenomenal
Really?
people. Yeah, just a really good group of
Thank you,
people.
God. That's
With
that's
Rob,
amazing.
and you know what? When you have this young and first-time talent, except for Matt, of course, to have a Robert Finaro come into your film, a Robert Clohessy who's on Blue Bloods every week, and trust these people to do their job, that's really a great compliment.
And they come through, and that's
really good.
That's showing that not just that you're trusting them, but you know, that's their gift to themselves and to you as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
It
know,
really.
to
It's almost. It was such a good shoot, especially my last two films. That when it was over, it's like you're depressed. You know.
It is.
Like
You
you
miss
miss-
your
Oh,
film
miss
sure.
everything.
Yeah.
It was really good.
So you've got to when you have the.
If I may
So
give
now
it
you have to go on tour with Steve Sage and be
Yes.
his backup on the band.
Well, I got to tell you
do
something.
you play music?
No,
too?
no, but I got to tell you
I was
something.
gonna say, wow.
Steve Sage Goldberg and the band Bad Medicine. I got to tell you, they are off the charts.
I gotta
Off
go
the
see them
charts.
next time
I
they're
mean,
here.
every time I see it, it's sold out, and he's just
Yeah.
a phenomenal.
I know he was out here not that long ago. I think
Correct.
what-
The guy.
he was
It's amazing. The guy's on the other day. He's on a boat. He's playing. He's in Washington. He's playing. I go, Steve. I think you're a front for the CIA. Like his front is like Bon Jovi impersonator. Meanwhile, the next thing we're going to hear is going to be in Iraq playing. You know?
Oh my God! You know
For the
what?
troops.
Yeah, right.
You just that would be a beautiful thing too.
right.
You know, he is good, but he is very intense. I did see he's so deep.
Well,
With,
when
you
you
know,
see him in Charlie Mantle
know.
as an actor, he was
Yeah.
a really
Yeah.
intense junkie.
That was,
he was
that
really
was
good.
a
Junkie
great.
Heaven.
Yes, that was a great. I mean, they're all great movies. The ones that I've seen.
If I may give an unselfish plug to the audience, don't forget,
Sure.
I, like the letter I, driveinmovie.com. That's idriveinmovie.com.
Fabulous.
I'm such a publicity whore.
No,
No,
but I
you
mean,
have
I
to.
know,
Don't
you have
be-
to do that.
You have
This
to.
is-
Shameless. And yeah, you can catch him on Fred Carpenter on
Oh,
Facebook
by the way,
as well.
tomorrow, another one.
Oh,
Tomorrow,
yes.
I'm on National Public Television, WLIW Channel 21
That's
at
right.
7:30 p.m.
Gotta
The
watch it.
Emmy-nominated The Long Island Screening Room. So that's
Fabulous.
tomorrow.
That is huge.
Channel
That's
21.
award-winning,
Yeah.
prestigious.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll have
Channel 21, WLIW, 7:30 tomorrow night.
to watch it.
So I hope you guys will.
My hair's
Stay
longer than
tuned.
I cut it recently for disco. Just letting you know. My mother goes, grow your hair back, you look better.
Oh,
I think you
well,
look
you know what?
Fix your
very
hair, Fred,
handsome.
you'll never get a girl.
Very handsome.
You know what it is?
Very handsome.
You've got the personality, you know, and the wherewithal, and I don't see why any of these ladies aren't calling right now saying, I
Well,
want
I
to
should
meet
co-
them.
well,
I have a feeling we're going to have our
Hello.
inboxes full of
I think
messages.
so.
I'm
You know what?
200%
And,
sure.
you know, now, let me ask you.
Did my mother
Okay.
put you up to this?
No. What? Oh, you said as long as they're breathing. I asked what
Yeah,
type
as long
of
as a
lady
girl,
you like.
as long as a woman's breathing,
Give me a little bit more.
I'm available.
Give me a little bit more. Give me a little
Yeah,
bit
we
more.
want a little bit more. What's
What
your
are your
perfect-
pet peeves?
You want me to be honest? You want me to be
A pet
honest?
peeve.
I'll tell you.
Pet peeve.
If I had a son, I'd say, I'd tell him, I go, I don't care what kind of girl you went out with, as long as she doesn't do drugs,
Right.
she's not an alcoholic,
Right.
and she's not a maniac.
Well,
Other than that, you know, because you want someone with baggage, you know, because life is
Oh,
tough.
honey,
You know, in
yeah,
other words,
yeah,
when
tell
you
me that, I
when you
know.
do want someone to share your life with, you're going on this journey. And,
Totally.
you know, so
Are you okay dating someone with children?
yeah, no problem at all. Matter of fact, I've dated women with children before. It's very nice. And you know what? They're appreciative because, you know, they have children and
Of
you're
course,
going out with
and
them.
that's so important.
Yeah,
yes.
Any pet peeves that you don't like?
Well, I wouldn't go out with somebody that is an alcoholic or
No.
or-
Well,
Well,
no, I'm
you
just
know,
saying
yeah,
like tardiness
No, I
or.
don't care. I don't care. No.
What if they have animals? Do you love animals?
People say I'm an animal.
Or maybe you are. That's another one, Mark.
That might be a plus.
Yeah, well, in
Animal.
the certain aspects, I have to agree. But yeah, so and of course you would prefer Long Island, of course.
Yeah, well, you know, there's 3 million people here. If I can't find one person
Yeah,
out of 3
exactly,
million people, like, come on,
exactly,
guys.
exactly.
Give me a shot. Make sure you give me those 5 winning Powerball
You know what?
lottery
We might
numbers.
even do like win a day to the Long
I
Island
love-
Film
oh, that'd be a
Expo,
fun
like for like
thing.
Yeah,
so
sure,
we'll
I'll do
see.
that. We'll
That
do
would
that.
be a thought.
All
by
right,
the
we're
way,
gonna
if
work on this. I'm
by the
pretty
way-
good at my matchmaking
But
skills.
I want to give a big thank you plug out is to Deborah Markowitz, who's head
I
of
know,
the
Deborah-
Nassau County Film
Absolutely.
Office.
Deborah's been on my show a few
Debbie
times.
has
She's
done
fabulous.
a phenomenal job. Debbie's been at this since 1989.
I know.
And also, she's done 2 fabulous short subject films, a movie called Leaving, and another movie, phenomenally funny movie called Last Taxi Driver. One film makes you cry, the other one makes you laugh.
Exactly.
Really, really phenomenal. Great
Deborah's
job.
got free reign to come on anytime she
Yeah.
wants.
Yeah, she's
I
got it.
She's
adore
been
her.
on a couple of times.
And I'm actually the executive producer for both of those films.
Nice.
So I'm very,
So
she
there
was
you
the
go.
one who
Yeah,
got me into
yeah.
this industry.
And
She
she
really
speaks very highly of you as well.
Thank you.
know?
Well, I love her. I mean,
Yes,
she's
yes.
totally got me on
Well,
board.
she-
And just to see
yeah.
females empowering other females in
Yeah.
this industry, it's a
Well,
very
that's
tough
so
industry.
important.
So what
You
she's
know-
Yeah,
doing,
matter of fact, Debbie said something at an interview recently. They asked her, what are you seeing differently in movies that are being submitted to the film festival, which is the Long Island International
Right,
Expo?
right.
She's saying there are more and more women directors,
I love it.
and you didn't have that
Well, you know
5,
what,
10 years ago.
I was the first
You know,
woman.
indie director.
I was the first woman letter carrier. So when I see women succeed, I am extremely proud of them. You know, I mean, it was a totally different scenario, but it was not an easy path. And I
Absolutely.
know that that ladies to get into it now in any field. Basically,
Well, you're getting more
you
and
know.
more, and
Oh,
the
it's
women that are
fabulous.
directing these films, these are indie films where they
Right.
themselves are more than the director. I'm sure they're the
Right.
first AD and the second AD and the
Yep.
location
Debbie
scout.
Debbie
location
Markowitz was the casting director for Living with the Dead, which will be coming out in 2015.
Yes.
Also
Great
with
movie. I
Christine-
heard a lot
yeah,
about that
Christine
movie.
Yes.
Bargosian.
Yeah.
Who, again, she wrote it, directed
know,
it herself.
fabulous.
Young, beautiful woman, and
Fabulous, yeah.
yeah, she just went to Palm Springs with that. So I'm looking forward to that. I just saw the trailer. I didn't get to see that film yet. So again, I
it's
just
all-
love
everything
like
good's
you know
happening, yeah.
film. You know, just love
Oh,
film
how can you
family and.
She's done. I got to tell you this.
Yeah, we
She's
blend.
done a lot for the economic development of Long Island. And if I may give a plug, I am not a political person. I'm not a
Right.
registered Republican. I don't even live in Nassau County.
Right.
But the county executive, Nassau County Executive Ed Mangano,
Yes, I know.
has done a phenomenal job
Yes.
where Nassau County has become a very, very
Hard
film
released.
Film friendly.
yes.
friendly county.
They just
and
had
today,
it on Channel 12 today.
And today Newsday
Yeah.
has brought in a $500 million worth
billion
of business.
dollars.
Proud to say our little films had something to do with
Well,
that.
certainly.
What was
Absolutely.
really good about Mr. Mangano, he will give the same amount of attention to the $100 million film production
Right.
as the $100,000
And
production.
that's so important.
Yeah, it was really, really great
It's
job.
I know.
And if
know
I may
that,
give
you know.
one other shout
Sure.
out, the person who really started this all was the former county executive Tom Galata in the 1980s
okay.
with Deborah Markowitz.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
really
Wow.
phenomenal. So the big thank yous for, if you have to say who started the whole Long Island filmmaking scene, would go to Deborah Markowitz, Tom Galata, and Ed Mangano just literally he stepped up to the
Really
plate,
fabulous.
bases loaded, and hit the ball out of the park.
That's
Great.
Really did.
Well, we are coming down to the end of the end of our show, so I would like you again to tell the audience how to, contact you.
Well, if you'd like to contact me, you can contact me, message me on Facebook. You can go to my website, which is like the letter I, driveamovie.com, and you can see some nice, small, quirky films. One of my favorite, Just Like Joe. I hope you like it.
I'm gonna
And
definitely check that out. yeah.
good luck to anybody out there who wants to make a movie. God bless, and go after your dream.
And
Well,
if
your
you have
passion
some
now.
funds and you want to make a movie, this is a director
yeah,
to contact
totally.
as well.
Right.
You might not know how to go through the process, but you want to start as an investment, and you can do that
That's
as well
perfect.
as an executive
That's
producer.
perfect.
So that's another resource to
And have
contact
a really good producer like Judy, like Marianne Giannino, Cecily. Surround yourself with great people. Steve
that's
Sage Goldberg,
positive,
Edward
yes.
C. Wall. Phenomenal. I was very blessed these last 2 movies.
Yes,
I
you
really,
are.
really
Well,
was.
we're blessed to have you
Yeah.
here. Judy, why don't you tell the audience real quick on how to get in touch with you as well, because we are winding down.
Well, definitely we have our film coming out for film festivals this year in Sickness, so please like us on Facebook as well as Disco and forceofnature.nyc. We will be launching that accessory line as well shortly.
Fabulous.
And just also want to say, if you guys are home this Friday evening, to please tune in and watch Blue Bloods. My dear friend in the lead of In Sickness, Lucas Hassel, will be co-starring.
Oh, I love Lucas.
Yeah,
Lucas
so
was on here with us.
So Lucas will be on,
Fabulous.
and I love him, and you know
Oh,
how
I
much
love
he's
him
done for
too.
me. He's a producer
He's a
as well
great
as
guy.
a phenomenal actor
Yes,
in my
yes.
film. So please stay tuned and watch him this Friday night on Blue
Fabulous.
Bloods. And thank you for having me
Oh,
again.
please, anytime. And if you want to contact me, you can email me at rosebudsjanetmsn.com. Go to my website, janetrussellpresents.com. You can call me, and it's my home number, 631-654-3353. Please, not after 9 o'clock at night, between 9 and noon. If I'm not there, leave me a message, because I get people calling me all hours
She's
of the
daring
night.
because I do not give out my phone number.
Well, no, it's it's for the work I do. But anyway, guys, Fred, you're a blessing.
Thank you so much.
Open door anytime.
Thank you.
Anytime.
We'll be back. We'll be
Well,
back.
And you've been a
definitely.
blessing to me
And
because
Judy.
working with you, it's just been such a pleasure, such an amazing project. I mean, I cried during rehearsals. When I heard the music, I thought it was like Donna Summer.
Aw.
And he's telling me, like, Judy, this is original music, and I couldn't believe it. I mean,
That
I
was
saw
by Edward C. Wall, and the final dance song was Joanne Tamburo.
it was just
Fabulous.
so
Edward C.
beautiful.
Wall, who was also, I told you, Nassau County
Yes,
police
yes,
officer,
I
was
know. I know
writing
his
the
mom.
score,
I know his
writing the
mom.
score to the movie.
Yeah, so it's called The
Fabulous.
Last Dance, and it was just so breathtaking, and just to see it
Can't
come
wait.
together was just
Can't wait.
amazing. So stay tuned, and
Okay, folks. Good night. God bless. Be good to each other, but most of all, be good to yourself and keep watching. Call us, if you want to be a guest or you have some interesting stories. Please get in touch with us. And Fred, you're a blessing.
Thank you.
Much
Thank you. I'm
love,
going to
much
see you
love.
at the Oscars.
Well,
I promise
my
you
uncle,
that.
I feel my uncle.
Judy, I love you.
I know,
You're
I love
a
you back,
blessing.
too.
It's just, I just love it. It's just so good. So, well,
We still on?
almost.
That was a good show.
It's always good show. Always good show. Take off my show.
Was that a good show?